Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier. I'm sure you voted for her in 2016.
Well, she's not an election denier.
She absolutely was the OG election denier.
First of all, she came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He was an illegitimate president.
Okay, well, first of all, she didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
She didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
Today we start with some delusion from Bill Maher. As you just saw, he went on Megyn Kelly's show and said that Hillary Clinton never claimed that Donald Trump was an illegitimate president. This is a weird one. I'm not sure if Maher is legitimately confused or if he's trying to conflate the point and say, well, she didn't say exactly that, even though she did say exactly that. If you are to believe her public comments, she legitimately thinks she would have won the 2016 election had it not been for Russia. Now, I say this is a weird one because Bill Maher is one of the few leftists who are on television talking about politics who actually engage with people who disagree with them, but I have a hard time believing he legitimately has no idea that Hillary Clinton has been saying this for years. Here's a little longer clip to give you some more context about his comments.
Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier. I'm sure you voted for her in 2016.
Well, she's not an election denier.
She absolutely was the OG election denier.
First of all, she came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He was an illegitimate president.
Okay, well, first of all, she didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
She said those exact words repeatedly.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
Okay. I mean, she conceded the election. Whether you're interpreting her disappointment at losing it as the same thing as Trump not conceding it, I don't know if that's where you're getting it from. But again, it's a tremendous false equivalency. You could ask Hillary Clinton right now, who won that election? She will tell you. Donald Trump won the election.
Now she knows she has to because of what Trump has done.
She came out that night
in
her dark
election.
Purple suit and conceded the election.
Correct. And then spent the next 4 years trying to convince us it was not legitimate.
You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president. He knows that there were a bunch of different reasons why the election turned out the way it did.
Now we go to former FBI director turned full-time Trump hater Jim Comey. I say full-time Trump hater because what Comey did was turn getting fired by Donald Trump into a profession of writing books and criticizing Trump in the media. So the grift is very simple. He goes on MSNBC, says that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. Then all of the wine moms and the cat ladies that are watching MSNBC go out and buy his books.
Mr. Director, you have found this new chapter, if you forgive the pun, in your career as a novelist, writing these books. Very successful first, the Central Park West. For your latest, we've moved up 95, or the Merit, I guess, however you like to get up there, into Connecticut. Book titled Westport. Tell us about the story.
It's a murder whodunit that is situated in an enormous financial manager, a hedge fund in Westport, Connecticut, a New York suburb, for those who don't know the area.
As far as his comments go over the last week, Comey stuck with the pretty usual script. As I said before, Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, and if he wins another term, he's going to use the FBI and the DOJ to go after his political opponents, which of course is exactly what the Biden DOJ is doing to Trump right now.
If Donald Trump is reelected? I mean, when you think about a second Trump administration, what do you think the implications would be for the FBI?
Oh, serious, for the Justice Department and the FBI, because Trump is coming for those institutions. He knows their power, and I think he has regrets that he didn't work hard enough to corrupt them last time. So he's coming for them, and that's a danger for all Americans. He's going to put people in positions in those organizations. He didn't have all-stars the last time. He'll have the bottom of the barrel this time, but people who will want to do his will, and that should worry every American. This election matters because of a reason like that. People have to participate. You cannot sit on the sideline. I don't care how you feel about Joe Biden.
Mr. Director, there's a strong possibility that Donald Trump may be reelected as president of the United States this fall. When you think about it, given your vast experience in the Justice Department and as head of the FBI, what are the principal points of danger within the Justice Department if there's another Trump presidency, given his nature, given what you know about him?
He is a threat to the rule of law in America. To me, that's what this election is about. Not about policy differences. It's about what kind of country are we going to be. If he has the ability, smarter than he was last time, to use the power of the Department of Justice and the FBI to target his enemies especially, the rule of law in America will change in a way we haven't seen in our lifetime.
When you say target his enemies, how would he do that?
Well, I think the first thing he would do is he would express it in his first term as a wish. I want people to go after so-and-so. I want people to go after Andrew McCabe, the former deputy director of the FBI. In his second term, he would go a step further, I'm highly confident, and say, I want him criminally investigated. And he was close to the bottom of the barrel in his appointees last time. He'll be at the very bottom. And those are the people who carry out that order.
The hypocrisy abounds.
We have just gotten word former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a grand jury in New York.
Well, today, the Department of Justice unsealed the historic indictment charging a former president for the first time in history with federal crimes.
New charges today concerning the classified documents he took from the White House.
Donald Trump is now facing his third criminal indictment.
According to a leaked document, the FBI spied on Catholic churches around the Richmond area.
The Department of Justice has directed the FBI to use its full authority to investigate any threats targeting school board officials. This just days after a prominent school board association, the National School Board Association, asked the Biden administration for help against parents who are critical of people who work for the school board.
This is what the first sounds that Roger Stone woke up to this morning was the FBI pounding on his door and shouting this. I want to just play this for a moment.
I'm going to end this video off with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying the quiet part out loud and telling everyone exactly why they're doing this to Trump.
And by the way, he's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point, but because he's got court. And the man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs because he always has to be in court.